Welcome.
Days, those spells, I couldn't sleep right now. Get baby, can't stay inside. Breaking the blues on mistake, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need that energy around me. I just need someone so cloudy. I wake up good, so grouchy. Please get around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down the ride, you weren't down the ride.
Hey, Crane.
Switching you
How are you?
sides. Don't blink, cause slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, kicking cold feet. Took an L, should've put it in the all free. Lord, forgive me for my sins, don't know me.
How are you doing?
Scary thoughts, I got scary thoughts. Lost control, now I'm taking charge. Breaking bills, friends breaking off. You could be the youngest under the dawn. Kiss the ring now. In the sea like guilty. Stay awake, don't. Hey, baby, come and be with me tonight. I don't wanna come across impolite, but I'm ready. Hey, baby, come and show me how it's done. It's just you and me, one-on-one, nice and dirty.
Hey, Rana.
Late nights on the sofa, watching a soap opera. I feel your hands on my body. Wish we were getting naughty. Oh, I'm just getting started. Thinking about how you feel so right. Been dreaming all night. Could you be mine? We can go up. Or we can go down. Love don't lie, you are right. Come on, don't be shy. We can go up. Or we can go down. Love don't lie,
Hey,
you
Kevin.
are right. Come on, don't be shy.
You get that hot weather today?
Come and be with me tonight. I don't wanna come across impolite, but I'm ready. Hey, baby, come and show me how it's done. It's just you and me, one-on-one, nice and dirty. The things you're doing to me, it's like something out of
This
the
is good music.
movie. You see right through me. It's like you already knew me. We can go up, or we can go down. Left or right, do or die. Come on, don't be shy. We can go up, or we can go down. Left or right, do or die. Come on, don't be shy, baby. Come and be with me tonight. I don't wanna come across impolite, but I'm ready. Hey, baby, it's done. It's just you and me, one-on-one, nice and
I think
dirty.
this chat's working right.
Baby, come and be with me tonight. I don't
Can you hear me all right?
want for life, but I'm ready. Oh, baby, come and show me how it's done. It's just you and me, one-on-one, nice and dirty. One-on-one, one-on-one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I never knew love would come and find me one day. Oh, I never knew that you would be the one heading my way. Oh, you caught me off guard and you took me back. Took me by surprise. Oh, so many things that I wanna do to you. Can you visualize? It's hard to say all the things I want to, but I'm trying. Oh, to find a way to get close to you. It's so hard to say all the things I want to. I'm waiting to let you know.
Hey, Tammy, how you doing? Great. How's it going?
When I think about you, I feel la 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 la. When I think about you, I go la 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 la. When I think about you, I feel la 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 la. When I think about you, I go la 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 all that time. Oh, you get what I'm trying to say, 'cause to you I'm an open book. Oh, take your time and read me slowly, baby. Got that hungry look. But it's hard to say all the things I want to, but I'm trying. Oh, to find a way to get close to you. It's so hard to say all the things I want to. I'm waiting to let you know how much I want you. Yeah. When I think about you, I feel la 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 la. When I think about you, I want la 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 la. Yeah. When I think about you, I feel la 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 la. Oh, when I think about you, I want la 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 all the time. When I think about you, I feel la 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 la. When I think about you, I want la 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 yeah. When I think about you, when I think about you, la la la. When I think about you, I want la 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 all the time. It was all a big mistake. Never meant to miss the date. I was caught up with my friends. I forgot that we had plans. So the roses on the floor and found the champagne by the door. All my favorite things, they were there except for you. You were gone. Now I'm here all alone, and I really wish you just pick up.
Oh, beautiful out there today, Kevin. Yeah, really nice. Whole new beach was created. Nice sandbar where people can take their kids up. Great place to take young kids.
So pick up your life, 'cause that was red. So I know that you ain't dead. If you just me and say we can minimize the pain. So you're posting on the gram. I even tried to call your fam. All the things I would say just to make it up to you, but you're gone. Now I'm here all alone, and I really wish you just pick up your phone. Called you like 1,000 times, you saw my name and didn't decline. Pick up. Told you once, I've done you twice, baby, I apologize. So pick up your love. Things I would say just to make it up to you, but you're gone. Now I'm here all alone, and I really wish you would just pick up your phone. Called you like 1,000 times, you saw my name and didn't decline. Pick up. Told you once, I've done you twice, baby, I apologize. So pick up your life. Pick up your life. Told you once, I've done you twice, baby, I apologize. So pick up your life.
Now I know it's rolling. Partying over here. I'm recording some bullfrogs tonight. Plus, I'm doing a star time lapse. I got it on my mind. It's recording. But I think I'm going to make something to eat. So you guys have a good night tonight. And hope we have a good day tomorrow. So you have a good night, Wally. Kev, take care, Tammy. See you, Train. Yeah, I was doing some activities, yeah. I'm recording some bullfrogs and the stars tonight. I'm going to get a 7-hour bullfrog unless they quit croaking. They can. I hope so anyway. Those things are loud. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you saw my channel? Oh, good for you. Yeah, Friday night's not a very good night for chats anyway, but it was just letting this battery charge, and I thought, well, I'll get on here for a sec. I'll probably be on later tonight. I've been staying up all night for about the last week. Fun. I like doing it. Well, a little too much wind tonight, though. I'm a little worried about that. Yeah. So have a good day tomorrow. Maybe if you're on later tonight. I do. Why do I record them? That's none of your business. Why I do anything. If you want to listen to them and learn something, you're welcome to, but other than that, it's none of your business. You comprende? I mean, why do you brush your teeth? Yeah, it's none of your business. I can spot a weirdo early on. I've had this channel for a long time, so when someone comes and asks a stupid question like that, it's pretty obvious based on how every single interview goes. I'm already ready to get rid of them. Have you ever had your IQ checked? What was it? Have you ever had your IQ checked? Yeah, pretty obvious. And for you to miss that, I think you should get lost. It has nothing to do with you feeling sad for them. It's a totally irrelevant comment. You asked, why do I record addicted girls? It isn't obvious to you. You don't understand what they talk about and how they got there. I mean, do you wonder why they keep scores at football games? Do you or don't you? Yes or no? Pretty damn obvious. Make sense to you? Well, and if I've got to explain, why do people eat food and breathe? How about that one? Is that ringing any kind of bell? Why do news channels exist? Why do people write books? You following this at all? Is it sinking in? It's obvious, that's why. I mean, why don't you answer mine? Why do people eat food and breathe? Do you know why? Yes or no? This is not a trick question. Oh, very bingo. Good. You got someone piping you answers? Is somebody piping you answers? Now, I'm recording some bullfrogs tonight. Do you wonder why they croak? Or why the spring peepers make noise? Oh, hey, how you doing, Marnell? How's it going? Yeah, your English is good. You watch the MMA down there? Watch any of that mixed martial arts? A lot of good fighters come from that place. Oh. I'm not angry at all. I just can spot a stupid question really early on. And I just avoid having a dialogue with someone really stupid. Hey, Michelle, I'm not taking any packages right now or donations. I got stuff I've had for since last August, but thank you. And I get money from YouTube, so I'll just give them that. Buy them whatever they need. But thanks for your offering. And you said that it seems they trick and make enough cash for everything. What brought you to that conclusion? How would you know this? I mean, that's a good idea. It sounds nice, but I'm telling you that when it comes to clothes, hygiene products, and food, it's not the problem you think it would. There's 20 organizations driving down there, handing that stuff out all week long. It doesn't look like it when I interview somebody, but I'm only there for just a brief period, but there's all sorts of places down there that provide medical care, food, clothing, hygiene products. Shelter's the big issue. And everything they need seems to be a pretty big drug habit usually. That's what the money goes for. It's a terrible life. I want you to tune in tomorrow, though, for a bullfrog tape. I'm not sure I follow you. It's just the addiction. What do you mean there exactly? Do you ever listen to bullfrogs, Michelle? Hey, Rita, how you doing? Rita, I'm recording bullfrogs tonight in Spring Peepers. Say a duet. No, that's exactly, you got that, Michelle. So true. It's a varied combination of things that come together to get somebody out there that keeps them there. Somewhere along the way, they give up. Yeah, Rita, I was thinking of you all the time before I decided to go for it. Yeah. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Unless they quit croaking. I've never heard them this loud before. I've never heard bullfrogs there at the same time the spring peepers were there. And it's really loud. I'm not kidding you. But they may quit doing it, an hour from now. I don't know. I'll have to go check. I think it's going to be a hit record. No, you're not going to see my face, no. Don't ask any more weird questions like that, or I'm going to block you. Doesn't matter what I look like. It's a chat. It's not a television show. It's irrelevant. Why don't you put a picture of yourself on your thumbnail, your avatar? Yeah, not doing it. Matter of fact, and I said this the other night, I'm not getting together with anybody I'm not meeting anybody through YouTube anymore. I've had it. I don't want to be getting texted. I don't want to be phone called. I don't want people dropping by. I don't want gifts. I don't want stuff for Daisy. I just want to upload videos, answer questions, help people on my own. And that way I will avoid these psycho stalkers. Yeah, thank you. I don't really think that I do that much. Believe me, if I did something that was really newsworthy, I'd take credit for it. But I treat those people that you see that I interview the same way I treat anybody else I know. I just hate coining the phrase judging. It's so stupid. Why would I judge anybody? I understand the predicament they're in. And even when I don't care for them personally, it doesn't mean that I talk behind their back, screw them over in any way, or try and wish for a failure in the rehab. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do is do my thing, yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I mean, donation, I mean, you know, people have they think they have an understanding of what it's like out there. Let me give you an example. Like, I'm a big animal lover. And I was on the Humane Society board for a while. And up until then, I thought that I didn't really want to donate any money to no-kill shelters. I only wanted to donate money to no-kill shelters. And then I realized after being on the board that that's a fantasy and it's not realistic. And that if you go that route, before you know it, you have a zoo filled with a bunch of sick animals that nobody wants to adopt. I mean, it's just like attractiveness in human beings. People aren't looking for websites and dating apps for 80-year-olds. It's for young people. People want kittens and puppies. They don't want old three-legged dogs. I mean, occasionally they do. Like somebody like me, I would adopt one. But what it looks like and what it really is when you get involved is much different. And donating is kind of like that as well. You thought that people needed certain things. People think they need clothes in the winter, and not like you'd think. Yeah, I'm not a Christian, so I don't pay any attention to any of that. There isn't a thing that I do that has anything to do with religion. Zero. Nothing. Yeah, that's exactly right. You end up with a zoo. And what happens though is this is how the equation starts. You get on there, there's a pie in the sky and you believe in it. And there's always a couple of rich people around that are going to control what you do by their cash donations. And you're always, on the brink of going out of business and running in a deficit. And so you got to kiss their ass. And they say, look, I'm going to give you $15,000 to keep the doors open, but I don't want any animals euthanized. So then you're painted right back in the corner again. It's just like me. I don't want any sponsors. I don't want any donations. It changes things. If I do a video for a struggling restaurant or a business, I don't want half off. I don't want free anything. It changes things. Yeah, no, it's true. Although with the weaves and the nails, I mean, to be honest with you, just because you're a drug addict or an alcoholic or a homeless, it doesn't mean that they don't want nice things. And even when you're behind on your cable bill and you're on the verge of getting evicted, sometimes it's just nice to have a good dinner at an expensive restaurant. I know it doesn't make sense, but when I do anything, I don't do it with strings attached. You know what I mean? It's not conditional. I'm sure plenty of the money that I've given out has went to drugs, although that wasn't my intent when I gave it to them. Because I've seen what the money that I've given people, what they've bought with it, and I'm fine with it. And, no strings attached here. No way. I hope they do it for things that could help them, but look, they're active addicts. And there's a whole host of mental health issues that come along with that. So the last thing they need is from a guy like me putting demands on them or threatening them about sobriety. If they fall off the wagon, if you ever do this again, then I'm not going to help you. I help them whether they get sober or whether they don't. It's a lonely life. I hope they do, but it's not a condition, whatever I give them. Yep. It's not really that though, Rita. It's not expectations, I would agree that that's what gets you in trouble. I still get disappointed, if you're sane, you still want the best for them. But if they fall off the wagon, I'll be there for them. I hope they don't. They probably will. And that's the way that I do it. I mean, if I was a social worker, I'd have my license taken away. Oh, thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. They would take my license away. That's why I just do my own thing. You can't take away what I don't have. Hey, Sepka, how you doing? How's the vacation going? Oh, you're an addict. Okay. Well, I have mental health issues myself. Sure do. But I don't have any when it comes to doing what I do with people that I interview. I think I'm good, fine with it, good at it. There's no smoking gun here, no bullshit behind the scenes. You got these crazies that start these channels, but like I said before, there's one thing that all these hater channels and these people hassling all the time. There's one thing that none of them have. You know what that is? Evidence. There is none. It's all talk, horse shit, and innuendos. Yeah, Brazil's got high crime. I mean, compared to a lot of countries, Yeah, and I don't chase the money on the interviews. I mean, honestly, this sounds stupid, and I'm going to do more interviews, but I don't chase. I've never once told anybody to thumbs up, share, subscribe. I mean, I know if I went down to Detroit and I interviewed Maddie every week, I'd get 25,000 views. I haven't interviewed her in months. Why? Because she has her own channel. Everybody knows everything about Maddie now. And other than just racking up stupid views, what sense would it make? It'd be like interviewing somebody for a job 20 times in a row with the same questions. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't do it. If I'm down there and I can buy them lunch, I'd be more than willing to do that. But I don't think that every single time I cross paths with people, that there needs to be a recorded interview. And the things that I do myself, I don't make videos about. The videos you see where I hand out things are just to account for what people sent me. I'm in West Branch, Michigan, about 185 miles north of Detroit. Like these videos I've been uploading lately, nobody's really, they're not popular videos, I know that. But if you look at my videos for probably the last 6 months, they're not the kind of videos that draw subscribers. I don't care about that. I really don't. I mean, it's nice interacting with people, but I'm not jumping through any hoops. Oh, Niagara Falls. Which side, Sarah? You on the Canadian or American side? Last time I was on the American side, I thought I was in Pakistan. I love Niagara Falls. I love looking at it. Well, humble, I don't know. I've been this way my whole life. Oh, you lucky dog. Canadian side is way prettier. Oh, is it? Now, can people travel over there? Or does Canada still have that restriction, sir? Yeah, Canada's got some really good policies. They don't, if you get a misdemeanor, they don't want you over there. Do you blame them? I mean, when you look at Windsor, Canada, and you compare it to Detroit, Michigan, big difference. I mean, they want to keep it nice. They're good to the environment. They're super to the wildlife. They protect the waterfront for the residents. And they don't want every jack off in the world coming over there on vacation that may be COVID positive. Yeah, it seems like that, doesn't it? Did you grow up in Canada, Sarah? Oh, yeah, Windsor. Oh, no kidding. I spent a ton of time in Windsor. I went over there all the time when I was 18, 19, 20. You know how you crop these things up in your mind for who knows why. I always wanted a girlfriend in Windsor. I always thought it would have been so cool to go over there and do Windsor things. And I actually considered going to the University of Windsor at one time. 28 years. Okay. Yeah, I like Canada, but you know how it is. Everywhere is kind of like morphing into the same thing. Do you get over to the States much, Sarah? I don't know, now they're really pushing for this passport or this enhanced driver's license. I think you need an enhanced. Do the Canadians have an enhanced driver's license? Oh, really? It's like that, huh? Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, did you really, Michelle? Oh, did you? St. Clair, okay. Now, is that St. Clair, Canada, or St. Clair on the Michigan side, where you would cut across Port Huron? Oh, he's not. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Virginia's a beautiful state. Oh, it's funny you should say that because there's a girl that used to come on here that lived with her mother over in Windsor. She was from Detroit, and she had chihuahuas. She hasn't been on in a long time. And she said she was going to St. Clair College, and I thought it was St. Clair, Michigan the whole time. So that's right in Windsor, huh? That's cool. Have you ever been to Michigan? You ever get over to Michigan, Sarah? You probably have, haven't you? Michelle, where do you live now? Where do you live now? Yeah, I mean, I don't think Windsor's as nice as it used to be. Hey Terry, how you doing? How's your channel going? Oh, okay. How you like there? How you like living there? It's not. No. Hello, Laura. You know what? I just remembered. I was supposed to go down and see Christine today down at Carlton. I forgot all about it. I'll have to find out if she's working tomorrow. I was even going to bring her a present. God, I can't believe that I forgot that. I do like staying up all night, but I forget certain things. God damn it! I bet she's wondering, pissed off. She thinks I'm undependable now. Oh, 1,000, good for you. You can do a chat now. You can do a chat and get monetized. Do you have the 4,000 hours of view time yet? I think it was 91 here today. Yeah, crazy. Oh, she did. Dinking around with my own videos. I just don't have. I guess I just don't take the time to watch other channels anymore. By the time I take my videos, edit them, upload them, I just run out of time. Yeah, the more moderators, the better. Yep. Got a lot of stalkers out there. Oh, okay. Well, just keep plugging away. You need to throw a can of spray paint over into the monkey cage and record it. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Hey, Tony. I think you should consider it. That or one of those buzzer things, like when you shake people's hands. Yeah, I mean, if I started out in YouTube today, I'd probably never get monetized. Yeah, 91. 3 more days of it. Sucks. Wild rice. Oh, good for you. I don't know if you'll watch that video today. I didn't record the beach area, but boy, it's created the most beautiful new beach in Taos with this giant area that's about a foot or two deep where people can take young kids out and walk around. So even though the erosion really hit that place and did a lot of damage, it presented a new beach that's beautiful for young kids. Hey, Rolling Thunder, how you doing? I think it's pretty cool. I mean, no riptides, and you're not going to step off into a 12-foot deep area. It's just perfect for young kids. Yeah, East Taos, yeah, really nice. You know how the water was pounding right up against the clubhouse? There's a new 30-foot beach, and you can go out 100 yards and it'll only be up to your knee. You can sit down in the water and just like chill. It's beautiful. Oh, you're not going to do them anymore, Cynthia? I think you should. Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm from West Branch, Michigan. Daisy's from Gaylord, Michigan. I just gave her, but Daisy's hair grows so fast. It grew a ½ inch in a week. That's a lot. Did you ever run into Daryl Hall out there, married to Terry? You ever see Daryl Hall driving around? I know he lives in New York now, but I know he goes back to Philadelphia a lot. No, it's not stuck. It's not stuck. It was acting weird earlier, but I think it's okay now. Hey, Mary, I'm recording bullfrogs tonight. And I'm doing a time lapse of the stars. You believe it? No, that's all right. There could be. You should go on TikTok then if you like those short videos, Terry. Go on TikTok. I tried TikTok a little bit. I didn't really care for it. You want to go out and go pee pee? You gotta go pee. You want to go do pee pee out there? Huh? You want to go pee pee on it? All right, you go out there and go dinkle. You go out there and party. What? You want to go pee pee? I'm not gonna go with you though. Go out there and go pee pee if you want. I know what you want to do. You want to go to BEDDY. Why don't you go pee pee though? Come out here and do a nice pee pee. Doesn't want to go out if I'm not going out. You're a good girl, man. You hungry, hon? You're a good girl, hon. Well, I'll tell you, the mosquitoes have really started to come out. I went down and tried that new camera out last night, man, the mosquitoes were everywhere. Yeah, her hair grows like crazy. Good girl, huh? Good baby. Daisy hates it when I'm on the computer sometimes. Yeah, I can't wait to get those. I heard one for about 20 seconds about a week ago. You know, I don't know if you saw those crop dusters. As it turns out, they spray the trees with a bacteria, and the gypsy moths eat it, and it ruins their intestinal tract, and they die the next day. Here's the crazy thing: it doesn't kill any other bugs. Isn't that wild? Unless he's bullshitting me. Yeah, I don't like TikTok either. Yeah, YouTuber. Yeah, they sure do. Yeah. You know, most of my friends don't even know I have a YouTube channel. And if you've got a kid on there, I mean, YouTube, you know, they got fined about $170 million for some kind of kid data breach or something. And man, you got to answer all sorts of questions. And even uploading your own kid can be an issue. Oh, it is? TikTok is? Well, in like what kind of way? Hi, honey. Hi, Daisy. Feeling good, Fred. How you doing? Did you tell your buddy that info? Isn't that so interesting? Yeah, I wonder if you find out anything about that, Cynthia, let me know. Yeah, I think it's fun uploading videos. I mean, I'll upload a video on anything. Piece of cheese, bug, bird. I think my next trip I'm going to cut out down around Oklahoma, New Mexico, make my way to Nevada, and party. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, you got to get. I mean, you know, I never really planned on like people watching my. I haven't done one thing that YouTube suggested. Never. I never promoted it. I didn't even monetize it till like 2 years ago. And I've been on since like I think 2007. So it's been all bonus for me, you know, because I was just messing around. Yeah, YouTube's time consuming. You know, if you're doing a lot of videos and, you know, taking the time to go out there and get them and, you know, upload them and babysit them and answer questions, it takes a lot of time. I mean, if you had a job, if I had a job and a family, I probably couldn't do it. Probably wouldn't have been able to do it. No, not really. I don't really care about subscribers. I mean, if I could give subscribers away, I'd do it. If I could like give new channels 10,000 subscribers, I'd do it. Actually, my subscriber count is low for as long as I've been around because people, you know, the popular videos are the interviews with the working girls. The chosen one's just a joke. It has nothing to do with religion. If you spell it chosen one, that's Jesus, right? But one, like you won a game, has zero significance. It was a joke. Hey, Dolly, it's got nothing to do with being the real chosen one. Yeah, that was just something, you know, I was doing a lot of photography and then I got bored and then YouTube came out and I'd run into the working girls a lot. Back then you could, you know, the newspapers were worth buying and you get the free press in the news and I get a big coffee. I go down the Detroit River and the gas station's torn down now. It was right there on Campbell and West Jefferson. That's where I met Angel. And I'd run into these women. I ran into Angel, Wendy, and I said, "Hey, you think someday maybe we could do an interview?" So it was just all lucky. You know, it wasn't any like plan. You know, and those videos sat around for a long time and nobody watched them. So, but once YouTube sees there's some money there and it gets recommended through algorithms, once you take off with a viral video, which I could care less about, to be honest with you, then like I get about 4,000 subscribers a month, and I don't do a damn thing. I don't do anything. I think this month I got 5,000. I don't care about it, to be honest with you. And if you're looking at it from a money perspective, there is a relationship between money and subscribers, but it's not the one that you would think it would be. If I, just did working girl interviews and nothing else, I'd probably have 500,000 subscribers, but people don't like most of my content. I'm not trying to win a popularity contest. I got about 7,000 people blocked. Yeah, world's a crazy place, man. It's interesting that, YouTube's funny. For some reason, I'm intrigued about neurosurgery. I know how competitive it is to get in. And these guys are 36 years old before they're making any decent money. And you'll go on and listen to a lecture by a neurosurgeon. Here this guy spent like his whole life going to college. And he's got an excellent lecture that goes on for 90 minutes. He's got 25 views after having a video up for 8 years. Just, it doesn't make any sense. Oh, really, Frederick? Interesting. Oh, okay, Frederick. It is no drama, you moron. Till you showed up. I'm going to show you how you cut out drama. I'm sorry for any technical difficulties. Please try again later. But to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to help. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Now you shut your ass up and just stare at that screen because you're not going to be able to comment. Don't ever come back. Pay your mom the back due rent you owe her, even though you're 50 years old living in the basement. Yeah, kicked out of another place. You just don't get it. Some people, the light bulb never comes on. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, it is. It's actually a nail salon. I mean, for the last 9.5 years, I thought it was a tool rental place. Then I actually drove over there and looked at it. I went in there because the sign wasn't working for a while. I went in. It's like, oh, this is a nail salon. Yeah. Now, Jeff, I put a star lens cover on the GoPro, and I got it pointing straight up. So I'm going to see what I get over 3 hours on a time-lapse night time-lapse. And I'm also recording spring peepers and bullfrogs with my Sony recorder. Yep, thank you, Simka. Now, Daplin, you just look at the screen. You're not going to comment. Now, you're lucky you're even able to watch. If I could keep you from watching, I'd do that too. No, actually, they kind of treated me like Jack the Ripper. Yeah, I mean, they thought it was just, I told them I had a YouTube channel. People like are interested in this flashing sign. They looked at me like I was about ready to rob them. I'm doing bullfrog audio recording, like with a professional recorder. Bullfrogs and spring peepers. You're gonna love this one, Rita. It's been out there about 45 minutes. My only little worry, they're so damn loud that I was able to turn the gain way down, and I have a dead cat on it, for wind. You can see how the leaves on these bushes out front are blowing around. So I hope the wind doesn't wreck it. This new dead cat I have, that hairy thing you put on a microphone, is better than the one I had before. So we'll see how it turns out. Oh yeah, I'd like to do that too. I heard one cicada just, make that noise for about 20 seconds, and that's the only one that I heard. Yeah, lava flowing would be cool. I like that, man. If I looked around a place like that, like Simca, I tell Simca all the time, you too, Rita. I mean, you guys live in the best place in the world for cloud time lapses and ocean stuff. You guys are missing a boat. You could start a channel just on time lapse videos. It's brainless. You just go out there, you click the button on, and you come back, the battery's dead. So what? 3.5 hours of time lapse. 3.5 hours, which translate into about a 4-minute video. No, it's not the GoPro. It's a Sony professional audio recorder. PCM D100. Yeah, if you're into recording good audio, look at a Sony PCM D100. They're about $900, but they're worth it. Hey, James, how you doing? There you go. That's a good one, Rolling Thunder. Hey, MJ, how you doing? I think it sounds fun. These when you get these recorders that are used for, like, good quality sound, they're so sensitive. I mean, you can't hold it still enough to not make any noise. You can hear yourself breathing even when you can't. The recorder picks it up. It's way more sensitive than hearing. Crazy. Oh yeah, I don't know what kind of camera you're using, but you want to get the fastest SD card you can. Like I use 170 megabytes a second. And they're hard to find. They just don't come up on a search like you think. They're not that much more. I just ordered the 256 SD card, not the micro, the regular one for my new camera. And I'll use a 128 as a backup. And it was $61, which is a deal. But part of the problems with 4K video is overheating. So if you get the fastest card you can, it hopefully will eliminate it. It has with me. Yeah. Yeah, I get them. If you're ever not sure, mine is they got all the names are kind of similar. You really got to watch. You go on, I'll give you an example. You go on, and the cheapest place you can get them is eBay, not Amazon. Yeah, it was a lot cheaper. There's certain things on Amazon that are just crazy expensive. Although I got that camera the other day cheaper than I could have got it on eBay. So you got to check. And GoPro, if you're going to buy a GoPro, get it from GoPro. Don't go through a third party. You're not going to get a better deal. Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to have drama free. It's a daily battle. Well, that's no problem. I mean, and you probably was gonna just make a comment or two, but we get enough weirdos that stalk and come under fake names that we're always, got our finger on the trigger. It's no problem. Well, Appalachian's Mountain's good. I like that. You really should get the GoPro 10's about ready to come out. I'll tell you exactly what to get. If I were you, I'd wait for the 10. And here's the thing: when they come out with these new models, it's not like there's a super deal on the 9. So I mean, a lot of things. When the new model comes out, the one prior to that is a real good deal. It's not really that way with GoPros. So I just wait for the 10. But I can tell you how to use it too over the phone. You'll spend forever dicking around with that thing to get it to work right. Yeah, you can GoPro. I don't know if you can use GoPro through a phone. You may be able to some way. They're doing crazy stuff now with iPhones. Oh, good, M&J. Good for you. But a GoPro is worth every dime. I mean, you can put it underwater. You can leave it out in the rain. It takes excellent 4K video. You can do time lapses, night lapses, day lapses, driving videos. It does everything. No, Rita, definitely get one. Where you live, it'd be so good. Those sunsets you get there are killer. You could do it. I think you could have a success. You too, Mary. I think you could have a successful channel and do time lapse only. I could walk you through the whole thing, how to do it. You know, what keeps a lot of people from buying this stuff is just learning how to use it. I've been that way myself. There's stuff I bought I never used. I didn't feel like messing with it. Now, luckily, I was able to force myself through it. GoPro, but it's a pain in the ass at the beginning. I could tell you on the phone a half hour how to do everything, how to edit, how to do the videos you like. You could be uploading that same day. Yeah, it's no problem. Yeah, they're fun, man. I mean, you cannot beat them. Honestly, a GoPro should be about $2,000 if you ask me. They're worth it. But, you know, because they've mass marketed it and they made them affordable. I mean, it's an amazing piece of equipment for the money. Yeah. Get a Doka pole too. It's another $100, but it's worth it. Everybody thinks you'll have a drone. You could take the Doka pole to the zoo and just put a banana on the end of it and film the monkey trying to grab it. Oh, inflammatory bowel disease? Well, that's too bad. Yeah, they sure do, Frederick. Oh, the GoPro 8. GoPro 8, you know, they had some problems with 8 though, Michelle. 8 had a lot of glitches. You know, I had a GoPro 5. I used it twice and gave it to the neighbor kid. What a piece of shit. The goddamn thing. I almost crushed it just to get some satisfaction. But this GoPro 9 is really good. They've made massive improvements. But the GoPro 8, Google it. A lot of problems with those. Overheating, battery life, and a couple other things. Yeah, I've done that before. I'll come up there. I'll show you how to work the damn thing. You'll be making videos that day. It's so easy. You know, it's like anything, right? Flying an airplane. You first get into an airplane, you're thinking, God, I'm never going to learn this. The guy says, well, here, you know, you go through all this bullshit. You're not even close to landing at the airport. Taking off's easy. You know, you're thinking, there's no way I'm going to learn all this shit, talking on the radio. And then after you get into it and you do it, that's the first thing people say when they get in an airplane. They think you're a genius. It's like, my God, I don't know how you keep track of all this stuff, talking on the radio, doing this. How do you even understand what they're saying? Well, that's because you're new to it. And a GoPro is the same way. But once you know how to do it, it's so damn easy. Oh, 14, wow. Yeah, I would highly recommend the GoPro. And look, if you're on a strict budget, get an Amazon account. They give you another 25 or $50 and pay it off over a year or whatever. I mean, I recommend getting an extra battery charger, the waterproof case, and an extra battery and the fastest micro SD card. They give you one when you get it from GoPro, but it's crap. I've told them, just keep mine. I don't even want it. It sucks. And I'm a big believer in SanDisk. 2 times I've had videos, you know, good shit. One was this freighter they were going to cut up with torches. I just happened to be driving on Belle Isle, and here's this freighter that's going to get cut up in about a week. I get about 20 minutes of video of this damn thing. It stopped, anchored for a while, then took off again. I go to do the video and it shows file not readable. So I slammed a few things around. Daisy went up, ran under the bed. I call them up, cuss them out, and they said, well, just send it to us. Sure as shit, I sent it to them. Not only did they take the data off the card, they gave me a new one. It's a lifetime guarantee with SanDisk. And they got like, you know, it's good. Don't mess around with those knockoffs. They're junk. I don't like gas grills. It doesn't make any sense. You might as well cook it on the stove at home. Yeah, chicken, really, I haven't grilled chicken in a long time, but to be honest with you, chicken's not that good on a grill because it's too much heat on the, chicken, you want to make sure it's cooked right. And to make it cooked right, it has to be on the grill too long. Or steaks are fatty, hot dogs are fatty, hamburgers are fatty. So they're still juicy and charred grilled. The real smart way to do chicken is to boil it and then just char it a little bit on a grill. That's too much bullshit to go with. So chicken like mine, it looked good. I knew that I don't really mind dry chicken, believe it or not, because I use a lot of sauce to dip it in. But grilling chicken that hasn't been cooked before, it's drier than hell. It's really for meat, I think. Now, flame broil is different. That's different than the high heat of charcoal. Oh, good. That's great, Michelle. Good. Steak's excellent on a grill. Yeah. Any meat because it's so high in fat. Fish cooks quickly, so that's pretty good too. But chicken, you get a thick chicken breast, it's got to be on the damn thing too long. By the time it's ready to eat and cooked, it's dry. Yeah, gas grills, they don't make any sense to me. I like smoked stuff, but not that often, not enough to buy a smoker. Yeah, kielbasa. Yeah, brats. Yeah, good. That's a perfect thing to cook on a grill. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's weird, there's so many tricks to food, but I don't mind if you came over to my house and said, I'm going to cook some chicken. I'd say, how do you like it? It's like, it's great, but you'd probably think, man, this shit is so dry. And you just be polite. I know it's going to be that way and it doesn't bother me, but I'm sure if I got it in a restaurant, I'd say, why is this chicken so dry? That's why. I'll tell you another thing too, when you broil fish, lake trout, excellent fish to broil. Why? Because it's high in fat. It's not drying out. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, there's certain things that I used to be a real spicy food nut. And as I've gotten older, it's not that it upsets my stomach or anything. I just don't like the super hot stuff like I used to. Yeah, air fryer's good. And I'll tell you another thing. If you get one of those little fry daddies, I've tried it always. If I go to a place and I have a chance to get a broiled thigh, I'll get it. Thighs have way more flavor in them than the breast. Even McDonald's realized this 40 years ago. And there's dark meat in the chicken McNuggets. And the reason for that is taste. But when it comes to deep frying, I only use peanut oil. It has a high flash point. It's way healthier for you. You want some good chicken nuggets. Get some chicken breasts, peanut oil, and some breading, milk, and egg. And I deep fry my own chicken nuggets. They're so ridiculously good. I've actually eaten 2 pounds of them at one time. But the smoker, I like to get a good brisket dinner here and there, but I don't want enough brisket for a month. So, it doesn't sense. Plus, I live in a condo. I was thinking of that last night when I was in Home Depot. I was looking at some small smokers, and I thought, man, you got to be a real inconsiderate dick to have a 16-hour smoker on your back porch when you're living in a condo. That is just rude. Now, I could probably get away with it, but I just think that's not cool. Yeah, get some Remeron. Do you live in a state where gummies are legal? Yeah, corn on the cob's good too. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, there's so much to grills. I could be wrong on this, but I think with smokers, it looks to me, and this may be wrong because I didn't do it, but at anything under $200, it's a crapshoot. There's a method to the madness on the science of smoking meat at about 245 degrees. And there's just certain things you can't do it with. Oh, okay. Hey, Silver. How you doing? Yeah. I like putting corn on the grill too. I'll tell you this though, there's some pretty good studies out there that chart grilled foods and their relationship to cancer. No kidding. I mean, I wouldn't call it healthy. It certainly isn't like a piece of broiled fish. Charred meats and the relationship to cancer. Oh, okay, Terry. Okay. Yeah, you know what I mean, Jeff? Yeah. I still eat it though. There's a lot of stuff like that in food, like the medicinal benefits of red wine. Yeah, okay. I've read a lot of studies on that too. I think overall you're better off avoiding alcohol. But if you're going to, I think it's very marginal, the medicinal benefits of red wine. I mean, is it better than white wine, supposedly? But you'd be better off not drinking either one of them. Excuse me while I take a sip of this red wine that I bought tonight. Yeah, no kidding. 81, wow. Hey, I had a grandfather that lived 10 days short of 100. Smoked Italian cigars since he was 13. Fried everything. Genetics are, it's an odd combination. It's like these PFASs that I tell you about that's in the water. I'm telling you, man, you got to watch out for that shit. You'll have liver cancer 30 years from now, and you're never going to be able to prove it came from some fish you were eating out of a contaminated lake. Seriously, man, it's something to watch out for. It's all over in the rivers around Detroit. You'd have to be out of your damn mind to eat a fish out of there. And you got to be careful with some of these farm-raised fish too. Yeah. When I eat corn, I mean, they act like now you're going to die in the morning if you put butter and salt on a piece of corn. I'm not living that strict a life. I will admit that I'll give you an example. Like they had at Aldi's, they had this big kick-ass clear plastic jar of mixed nuts. And it looked like, wow, these are really good looking nuts. Not a bunch of junky peanuts. And they had salted and unsalted. So I thought, I think I'm going to get the unsalted. And man, did they taste like shit. I thought, man, I wasted my money on these things. I sprinkled salt on them from out of a salt shaker. But of course, it didn't stick. They were terrible. It's like cauliflower crust. You really want to ruin a pizza, go get a whole wheat crust. Sucks. Yeah, Willard Scott, yeah. Yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I like smoke. I like it. I like to broil it better. I could only take so much as smoked. Yeah, but you can say what you want about food, but people are living longer now than they ever have. It's because of medication. You want to get a hot fudge sundae, like you're wondering if you ought to report yourself to your doctor. Yeah, I mean, there's some interesting, studies on the difference between margarine and butter and whole milk. And I'll tell you one that I do think, although I can't find anything that's really conclusive, they'll allude that it's bad for you. I got a hunch that it is, but I can't hang my hat on anything, and that's diet pop. Yep, that's right. You're right about that, Rita. Yeah. Yeah, I like that, Ed and Cindy. They're culturally relevant, those two. They should be getting a lot more action for what they do for the area. Yeah, Himalayan salt's good because it has more trace minerals. Same with sea salt. Yeah, whole wheat pizza sucks. I don't want whole wheat anything. I'll get it with maybe an omelet, but there's sometimes like certain things you just gotta bite the bullet. Yeah, pink salt. I've seen that. I never got it. Yeah, that's right, Michelle. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, whole wheat pizza was shitty. It's like, barbecued food. Yeah. When I was like in my teens, they called it a hobo dinner. You buy a metal garbage can, and you get all your favorite vegetables, and you get some good Italian sausage, and you just put it on top of a campfire and just boil the holy hell out of it. I'll tell you, it was good as hell. I haven't done it in a long time. I've been thinking about doing another one though. That's another thing, Italian sausage. You get some good Italian sausage. Uh, that's bad for you too. It tastes good. Brats, all that stuff's terrible for you. Yeah, that's it, Jeff. Yeah, just certain things, you know what I mean? Yeah, educated consumers, right? Yeah, whole wheat's terrible. Don't wrecked it. Pizza Kitchen, the California Pizza Kitchen was doing that for a while, and I think they finally dropped it. I'm not tired. I stay up all night for the last week. I've been staying up all night. Crazy. Yeah, oh yeah, I haven't done it. I don't even, I'll talk to people and say, do you ever make a hobo dinner? They don't even know what I'm talking about. I think it's cool. I think I'm going to do another one. But, I believe me, once in a while, I'll get a good link of Italian sausage. It's so damn good. But I try not to eat that stuff. I don't thank God I don't love it enough to where I'm going to even eat all the time, even though I know I shouldn't. I think we should, Simca. I think, why don't you start a petition? That's another thing you got to keep your eyes open for, homemade. Even those Amish are full of shit about homemade. I watched them unloading big metal cans of canned cherries for their homemade cherry pie. Yeah, I'm doing all right, Carrie. How you doing? Hobo dinner, like you get a garbage can, you put all of the vegetables, corn, Italian sausage, and you put it over a campfire and just let it boil. I probably is American. I'm not sure of that though. I mean, there's no art to it, but it sure tasted good. Yeah, I don't like pineapple crust pizza either. Oh, what's that, Shannon? Oh, you're going through a bad time? Yeah, well, I think everybody on here has probably experienced that. There's so many options now to get out of a relationship. And the guy made all the money and the women raised the kids. They just hung in there through thick and thin. But now, the woman's got a good job. She doesn't need to put up this shit. So, I mean, if you look at the divorce and the marriage ratios, I mean, they're off the charts. It's not like the old days. I don't think marriage should be an endurance test. If you get sick of it, hit the road. Best of luck to you on that, Shannon. It's too bad. But it's normal. I hate to say that. Yeah, I had a lifetime membership too. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's cheap. Daisy's dreaming. Yeah, it has its ups and downs. Yeah, it sure does. Yeah. I had a good marriage. I even got tired of that. Daisy's dreaming of a big bone. Yeah, the pandemic. as long as they wear a mask when you go. I wouldn't worry about getting it off a piece of equipment, but people running around sneezing, I would. Hey, Backwoods North, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, marriage is hard, I think. Yeah, no, I would agree with you, Jeff. It sucks. Yeah, patience. Yeah, they have more options. They don't need to put up the guy's bullshit. Yeah, I think I was just talking to the guys in the post office about that today. That one lady that comes on here, what's her name? I sent Stephanie her check today. And that other lady that lives out there in New York, I sent her that necklace. Oh, yeah. No, a lot of microscopic fluid comes out when you're talking. You don't realize it. Oh, hell yeah. It's went all the way up to the Supreme Court. It's been upheld. Police are allowed to lie. It's legal. 100% legal. So it went all the way up to Supreme Court, the state and the federal level both. Absolutely, they can lie and exaggerate. Totally true. They brag about it. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Oh, there you go. Be careful on that bike, though. People think because you're not on a motorcycle, it's safe, and that's sort of true. Oh, that is so gross, Michelle. Hey, Godchild, how you doing? Ring of suffering. Well, I think it's easy when you're young. You don't know anything. Your hormones are high. It's just your age. I think I've said this a million times. I think it's all hormone based. When you're a young guy, you want to beat up guys. You're jealous. You go do crazy shit to be with them. You spend money you don't have. You drive through blizzards. I mean, you'd have a hard time getting me to walk across the street now on a nice summer day. That's how far I've fallen. I don't give two shits. That would be the worst boyfriend or husband in the world. I'm gonna get back there. Yeah, I gotta get down there. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Superwoman, how you doing? I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I had one girlfriend for about 3 months in '98, and one I dated about 10 times 8 years ago. So I got an idea. The rest of my life is. I don't think my dating life's gonna change. I don't give a shit about it. I mean, when I was young, I sure did. I was on that all the time. And if you got divorced or you broke up, you were on to plan B the next day. Oh, they're great at it. Yeah. Like I said, it's been upheld to the Supreme Court and the state courts. No, I thought that was pretty good though, a Lavender Fest. That sounds cool. Yeah, that seemed really interesting. I was going to go down and see Christine today, and I forgot all about it. She's not on here. I know she works till 1. I forgot all about going down there. Oh, really, Michelle? Wow. Yeah, I've been down Finkel a million times. Yeah. Yep. Up until this stupid ass COVID, they had a good coffee shop right there, east of Telegraph on the south side of the road, across from the Sunoco gas station. It was kind of like a training facility for kids that were going into culinary arts. It was cool as hell. It was like something you'd expect to see in Ann Arbor French press coffee, that kind of thing. Yes, absolutely true. Anywhere. I've read the cases on it. It's 100% legal for police to lie on the federal and state level. It's went all the way up to the Supreme Court. I mean, they're not supposed to lie about evidence and stuff like that, but they can legally lie to find out what you're up to. I mean, I'm not saying they're planting cocaine in your trunk and that kind of thing, but they can make up crazy stories to get you to tell them things. Yeah, right. Have you ever been married, Terry? Anywhere. Google it. It's everywhere. 100% legal. Now, differentiate between, I'm not talking about cops setting you up and planting drugs and that kind of thing, but they can make up any story they want to get you to talk, and it's court admissible. Absolutely. I don't know if that's what they call it or not, to be honest with you. I was friends with the prosecutor up here a long time. We used to argue about it constantly. It's like when, you and the scumbag you hang around with get caught robbing a bank. He can have a rap sheet a mile long, but they'll use his testimony to send you away forever, and he'll get a year in jail. Yeah, they take the biggest scumbag, liar, loser in the world and use his testimony to burn your ass to the max. All right, Terry, have a good night. Party on. Oh, that happens, Godchild. Sure does. Yep, really does. Gonna hit the hay? Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Here, let me give you an example, okay? So you and I rob a bank, right? And they come over to me, and they haven't got a hold of you yet, just me. And they said, hey, we just talked to Simca. She told us everything that happened, how you did it, what you were going to do with the money, how you planned it. So you either got a chance to come clean with us, or we're really going to ram it up your ass. And they're good at it, and I'll say, that Simca, that rotten bitch, I trusted her, I said, well, wait till I tell you what she did. That's what they do. Now, they can't do that, changing the sign. That's different. Yeah. Let me tell you, this is the best way to handle being quizzed by cops. Remain silent. I'm not shitting you. It's the biggest ace you have in the hole. Here's another thing. Here's another thing they do. So Simca and I are dating, and she calls the cops on me, and they come over and just tell this like bullshit story. I mean, I go over to see Simca, she bashes me in the head with a baseball bat, and then they come over to me and say that Simca said that you pulled a gun on her, and it's like, yeah, that's crazy. Those kind of things is what they'll use to get you to talk. But remaining silent is the biggest ace you have in the hole. You have no desire? That a girl. No wonder you're in such a good mood all the time. Yeah, no, get the GoPro. Get a hold of me before you order it, though. Just hang in there. The GoPro 10's coming out any day. And there are some side things that you'll want to get. You'd really enjoy it. You'd really like it. And like these, I do so much with the GoPro. Like right now, I'm doing the stars. You see these time-lapse videos I do. I put it underwater and film the fish. I do use it for photo. I keep it in my pocket all the time. I mean, it does everything. I love my GoPro. And they're cheap. And they're bulletproof. Plead the fifth, absolutely. It takes balls to plead the fifth. Yeah, they'll come up, they'll lie to you and say that they'll make up stories like they'll say that just completely fabricated stories. All is they're looking for, a lot of times they just want to place you where the crime occurred. It's like, Tom, we know you were there. We've got videotape. And you're thinking, they got videotape. How in the hell did they get that? I was out in the middle of a farm field. It's like the farmer was having raccoons eat his corn. He had a trail cam out there, and we've got about 20 minutes of you. And I'm thinking, oh, shit, I'm screwed now. It's like, well, I was there, but I wasn't doing anything wrong. You're done, cooked right then and there. A lot of time, they're just trying to get your admission that you were there. And a lot of times, without you confirming that I had an argument with Marion that I was in that field, they don't have shit. They can't do anything. It's your cooperation that gets it rammed up your ass. It's hard to do, though, because when they're coming to you, they're either threatening you or they're acting like really good guys. We just interviewed Mary. She's kind of a nut. Looks like she's got a drug problem. She's about ready to lose her nursing license. I mean, she's a lunatic. We know this. We know why you beat the hell out of her. But we still need to get down to the bottom. It's like that Mary. I thought she was a nice person. It's like, no, she's terrible. We've got a rap sheet on her a mile long. When she lived in Grand Rapids, she robbed 2 party stores and then got a good lawyer to get her nursing license back. This is the kind of shit they do. And if you're stupid, I'll tell you where they do it a lot. Now, the criticism of this show is that they exploit uneducated black people, which, you know what, I got to agree with. Because if you see when these cops get these people, I don't have too big of a problem with it because most of them have murdered somebody. But watch the tricks that they use in that show. And then they go outside the room and slap high fives and do handstands and buy each other pizzas because they just duped this poor son of a bitch that didn't know enough to keep his mouth shut. And the cops will act pissed. It's like, well, we're not going to interrogate you. We just want to know if you were there. It's like, yeah, I was there. You're done. Game over. There's a guy, a Harvard graduate, I think he teaches at Virginia now, law school. Go on there, Pleading the Fifth, the right to remain silent. It's got like 10 million views. He sums it up just perfectly. It's an excellent 45-minute lecture on keeping your mouth shut and why you should do it. Like he says in the video, the cops ever say, Tom, we're going to let you go. You told us everything we wanted from you. You're a good guy. We don't think you did it. Have a good day. Never, ever. I mean, you do need cops. I'm not an anti-cop guy. I agree with you. You need them. Yeah, you really do. I mean, I'm not anti-cop. I mean, I've had a couple issues with them the last 5 years. I didn't have any problems with cops till about 5 years ago. I don't have a problem with cops at all. I don't. I mean, there's some I don't like. I mean, it's, did bullshit, but no, I'm all for law enforcement. No, I haven't fooled with that. I got a buddy that's into cryptocurrency big time. Now, as of about 2 weeks ago, I'm not getting emails showing me screenshots of all the money he made. So as you know, he made $1 million in 3 months. And I don't know where it's at now. I'm afraid to ask, but he's not sending me emails every day anymore. I know what's happened to cryptocurrency. I know 2 guys that are really successful hedge fund managers. Of course, that's cutting into their business, so they're biased, right? And they said someday these people are going to go on, the computer's going to be blank, and all their money's going to be gone, which, you know what, that's a possibility. At least with traditional investments, you've got the FDIC. There's something to that. But stock market's a gamble as well. Yeah, I never had problems with cops. Yeah, there's definitely some crazy cops out there, as you've seen in the news. Absolutely sure, Yeah, crypto is tanking. I'll tell you, man, I don't know. If I had tons of money, You know, it's just like a slot machine. It's fun to play around with. Hey, speaking of that, Mary, are you privy to the daily or monthly goings on at the casino? Like, are you privy to that information, or do you just kind of sit in the back and not and stay out of it? The reason I ask is because, and I know this happens, and I talked about it last night. I knew 40 years ago the casinos will kick you out if you win too much, because I knew people that happened to in Las Vegas. But they just did that in Standish and in Mount Pleasant. I know around here, West Branch, Ogama County, they sent about 60 certified registered letters banning people from ever coming into the casino again for life because they won too much. It's perfectly legal to do. And I just wondered, do you know of instances where your casino does that or not? I think that cryptocurrency will eventually end up getting banned for a number of reasons. Mainly the governments lost the upper hand. Yeah, do you know of them not allowing people back because they won too much? Do you know of instances of that? It happens a lot. Well, Simca, watch that attorney. The right, I'll try and look it up right now. I'll give you the name of it. It's super interesting. He's a very colorful speaker, and he's a smart guy, and he sums it up just perfectly. Let me look it up on my phone. It's really good. I've watched it about 5 times. I knew it already, though. Hope I can find it. You ever have that? You know of a good video and you can't find the damn thing? Hope that doesn't happen here. Maybe I'll put pleading the fifth. Really good. Of course, every damn thing but that's coming out now. There's a bunch of bullshit ones on there, but this guy is really good. It takes some balls to plead the fifth, because they'll be all over your ass, man. They act like they're going to kick your ass and put a bullet through your head. So it's hard to like keep your mouth shut sometimes because you think you're going to get killed. You know, they want to sound like they're here to help you, and if you tell the truth. Oh, here it is right here. The title of the video is Don't Talk to the Police. It's by the Regent University School of Law. It's got 12 million views. Absolutely excellent. Don't talk to the police. And the place that uploaded is the Regent University School of Law 9 years ago. Excellent. Yeah, Musk is a strange guy, isn't he, Simca? A good tax person? Yeah, get a Jew lawyer. I may be wrong, but that's my advice. Oh, shit, yeah, there are, Simca. You better believe it. Absolutely right. They will sell your ass out in a heartbeat. It's a bitch, man, the Fifth Amendment. You know, this isn't easy, though. You know, we're all talking on here. Yeah, okay, I plead the fifth. I'm not going to say anything. You wait till you're in the heat of the moment. Like Johnny Cochran used to say, at 3 o'clock in the morning when a beat cop's on your ass, he's the whole goddamn legal system at once. He's the judge, the jury, the probation officer, and the jailer. You are screwed under those circumstances. Good night, Dolly. Yeah, that's it, Simca. Oh, yeah, he's got immense power. If I was him, I'd be worried about the CIA backing over me with the cement truck someday. I really would. Yeah, or something weird, all of a sudden there'll be a tire come off a semi and, the I'm sure this stuff happens. Good night, Shannon. Watch that video I just told you about. It's absolutely excellent. And he's a very colorful, interesting, smart guy. Me? No. I've never been convicted. No. They tried to, though. They've tried to convict me of it. No, never a misdemeanor or felony. No. They tried to. You ever get in any legal problems, man? I can tell you how to represent yourself on a federal or state level. I'm not an attorney. It's layperson advice. But I break these people down. Hillbilly justice. You may end up getting me in the long run, but I will wear your ass out between now and then. I will file every motion under the sun. You'll be in court every week. I'll challenge everything. I'll bring up bullshit. You won't have a time for a job. Yeah, good guy, bad guy. Yeah, kind of like that, yeah. Excellent. You will really enjoy that, Simca. I know you will. He's such a cool guy on top of it. Good night, Shannon. Yeah, it's really, it's the best one I've watched. And he sums it up just perfectly. It's hard to do. Yeah. Now, I wear these people out, man. I do. I know every dirty trick in the book to cost you money and keep you in court forever. I appeal everything. I file motions. My discovery is crazy. You're going to need a goddamn secretary. I've had 2 judges in 30 years accuse me of using the legal system as a form of harassment. I said, it's the law enforcement. Here's another thing. Law enforcement started. Here's another thing that people don't understand. You tend to think that a prosecutor, here's another thing. There's always a boilerplate offer. They don't want to go to trial if they can avoid it. If they got you by the balls, they will. But if they can avoid it, they'd rather plea bargain. You get the same thing on your own as you do with an attorney. Now, some prosecutors don't like working with people that represent themselves because they watch too much TV. They think they're smart. The one word of advice is don't go in there thinking you're smart, that the judge is a big douchebag. These cops are a bunch of Keystone cops. Nobody knows what they're doing. You guys don't have any proof. I'm smarter than you. They will hand your ass to you. Just go in there and be very polite and equitable. That really helps a lot. And then just drive them crazy. But what most people don't realize is that the prosecutor is the chief law enforcement officer of wherever you live. They're number one. They're the top cop. They're ahead of everybody in that county. So, when you're thinking that they're trying to help you, now I'm not saying they're not going to give you a deal. They're the top cop. They will ram it up your ass if they have an opportunity to do so. It's only when there are cracks in their case and they're shaky witnesses that they're willing to strike a deal. The deal's for them, not you. They don't want to lose. There's a lot of trial preparation, and you do not want to lose cases. This is all heavily tracked and kept accounted of in all sorts of databases. They want to have a high batting average. Look, when you see prosecutors run for office, they're always talking about an 83% conviction rate. Yeah, that's because they bargained away all the ones where the cops did bullshit or did an illegal search or the witnesses were crazy. O.J. Simpson and Casey Anthony are 2 perfect examples. There were enough fruitcakes in the mix to get these people acquitted. You got lying cops, crazy utility workers out urinating that said they saw skulls, and when they went back there to do it again, it wasn't there. It's all enough for reasonable doubt. Nuts. Really crazy. This damn thing working or is it stuck? All right, Vias. Yeah, have a good night. Yep. Oh, thanks a lot. I'm going to check my bullfrog recording in a little bit. Oh, Sharon V's. I didn't even see that. Yeah, chat's down. That's what I thought. It's not working right. I didn't even see that Sharon V's thing. Did you? I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Goddamn piece of shit. How about now? Can you hear me? Well, as it turned out, Simca, can you hear me at all? As it turns out, in the Casey Anthony trial, they were cop haters. The second day into the trial, they all said they didn't give a shit what kind of experts they had. That they thought they were a bunch of lying scumbags that they quit listening. Yeah, they got it. Casey Anthony got lucky with the jury. Yeah, she got lucky with the jury. They didn't like cops. They thought prosecutors were, picking on her. I mean, you couldn't have had anybody with balls any better. I mean, what more did you need on Casey Anthony other than about 20 minutes of videotape of her disposing the body? She was guiltier than holy hell. So was OJ, but you got cops lying, throwing bloody gloves in the back of the house, saying the N-word and getting caught on lying about that. Yeah, I mean, these people got lucky with juries, and they had enough fruitcakes in the mix to get them acquitted. Yeah, I'll tell you, I think Ashton made some mistakes, though. I mean, that laughing in court made him look super unprofessional. It's just like the OJ thing, this guy's got a hand the size of a goddamn dinner plate, and they suggest that he wears this little bullshit glove that looks like you put it on a pixie doll. I mean, if you don't know if that's going to fit or not, don't roll the dice. Yeah, super sickening. But like I said, you get enough fruitcakes in the mix, that nutty, crazy utility worker, this crazy lady that babysat. The parents were a little odd too. You got her searching how to kill a baby, how long it takes with chloroform, going to Home Depot. And I mean, but you had anti-cop people, fruitcakes in the mix, and enough reasonable doubt to acquit her. It's nuts. She should have been put in prison for 50 years. No, it's true. Absolutely right. Now, you probably know this already, but that's how Dr. Phil met Oprah. She opened her big mouth one day about the meat in Texas, and the prices plunged, and they sued her. He was a jury consultant. That is huge. Although you only get so many preemptive strikes. But what you do is you hire a firm like Dr. Phil. He lost his psychology license for banging some of his patients. So he turned into a jury consultant, and you go out there and you just do background checks and you figure out where they're coming from. And you try to get people on that will favor your ideology. And it worked for OJ and it worked for Casey Anthony. Yeah. It's nuts. But I'm 100% believer in karma. I really am. And both those people live shitty lives. And I don't think karma's done with them. That was terrible. You know, when they got the mom lying, and the dad was a little shaky too. You know, he was banging a couple of losers on the side. And like I said, you know, when you added it all up, you didn't know who in the hell to believe, and there really lacked credible people. I think the parents felt terrible that the kid got killed, that they didn't want to see her go to prison forever. You know, the attorneys said that the dad was having sex with Casey Anthony, which, as it turned out, seemed like just a trial strategy. All lies. Yeah, I agree, Timka. I agree with you. Yep. No karma for the baby. That's true. Yep. Totally sickening and sad. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing? Yeah, absolutely nuts. Yep. But that's this. It's not a perfect system. Everybody knows that. It's crazy. It was a BS story. I agree with you 100%. Look, if anybody of reasonable intelligence that followed that knows that she should be in prison. She got lucky. She'll pay the piper for that, though, if she hasn't already. Now, Jose Baez did what he was supposed to. I don't have a problem with him at all. I think he did an absolute excellent job. I really do. I think he's got a real gift for appealing to a jury. Yep. I think he's just got a real knack. You know, he struggled through law school, got his license suspended. And, I mean, he seemed to overcome his demons and ended up doing pretty well. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be good for her. Yep. Yeah, no, I thought he was absolutely. You couldn't have done a better job. You see, F. Lee Bailey died. He turned out to be a big scumbag too, ripping off all his clients. It's hard not to, man. If you're sane and you appreciate young, beautiful babies, and you think that they should live, and you look at the evidence, I mean, who in the hell didn't get emotionally involved in that? It was a miscarriage of justice. It's terrible. It's not a perfect system. It's not flawless. It's not flawless. Yeah, well, he ended up getting disbarred in Florida, and disbarred in Massachusetts, and disbarred in Maine. Hey, Murph, how you doing? Yep. I followed it all too. I sure did. No, you know, I don't fish at all, man. I'm a big wildlife nut. I know this sounds like I'm a big pussy, and I do eat fish, but I don't even want to get a hook in a fish's mouth anymore. I don't want to, like, the hook hurt his lip. It's fucking crazy, I know. But I don't. That's why I don't fish. I don't want him swallowing my hook or any of that shit. Actually, if you looked at that video I did the other day, I was videoing those bass swimming around. There's no hook on there. It's just a rubber worm. Yeah, you know, I kind of suspected, though. I mean, you know, you just had too many fruitcakes. That's what you want to do. You want to create as much disarray as you can. But in this particular instance, if you go back and you read what the jurors said, they were anti-cop, anti-criminal justice system. They quit listening to all those experts 2 days after the trial started. The whole goddamn thing was a waste of time. They didn't want to hear it. You could have had better evidence than they had. They were going to acquit her after the second day. Yeah, what a nut. I'm surprised Casey isn't hassling me on YouTube. She fits the personality profile. I bet she's a crazy bitch. Yeah. Yeah, I guarantee you her life's shit. So is OJ. He gets hassled wherever he goes. Hey, Marilyn. Just, how would you like to just feel uncomfortable wherever you go? People staring at you. You got a nasty note on your windshield wiper. The homeowners association doesn't want you showing up to the meetings. It's not good. I mean, it's certainly not what he deserved. He deserved way worse, but I think it's a shitty life. I think his life sucks. I mean, you're gonna find these TMZ and these stupid ass shows showing him partying up in Las Vegas and stuff, but I think those days are far and few between. Yeah, the evidence is overwhelming. Sure was. The one thing about the Casey Anthony case, though, that I think about, she's just too fucking dumb to have pulled that off. That's the one thing that I would, have a little doubt on. She was just too goddamn stupid to be able to do that. Not that it takes a brain surgeon to discard a body, but was just so stupid. It just shows you she was so lucky. I mean, there's doctors all over that are in prison for the rest of their lives that thought this stuff out and were methodical and didn't get caught on a Home Depot camera buying an axe. She got luckier than hell. Narcissist shows that. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. I think it bothers them. They may act like that, but I mean, who wouldn't rather be liked than disliked? It's one thing that people don't like you because of whatever. It's another thing that they know you got off for murdering a baby and they don't like you. That's a lot different. Yeah, it's the jury. Blame the jury. It's those crazy jurors. Crazy jurors. OJ got lucky too. He's another dumb son of a bitch. How he was able to kill those people and not get him on videotape or getting pulled over on a speeding ticket with blood all over his hand. It's just lucky. Dumber than a box of rocks, but super lucky. Like I said, there's brilliant people out there that are in prison for the rest of their life that spent months planning this out. Look at that other kook down there in Florida, that Scott, whatever his name is, drowned that Lacey. I mean, I thought that, the evidence was shaky as hell on him. I mean, they did catch him lying, but what guy doesn't lie about having affairs? But I'll tell you, there's certain things that nobody's going to tell you all the time why they vote guilty. But when they saw the way these bimbos that he was screwing, and how the wife was presented as an innocent pregnant lady that didn't know any better, they were going to ram it up his ass one way or the other. But I thought the evidence was shaky. Yeah. Nuts. Yeah, all sorts. She lied about all sorts of shit. Working at Disney, how many hours she worked, where she was, who she hung around with, what she did. Yeah, Scott Peterson. Oh, is he really? Yeah, I think he's going to be in for a long time, though. I mean, you watch these crime shows, I really miss City Confidential. And I liked Forensic Files, but only the ones that Peter Thomas narrated. Yeah. Yeah, Scott Peterson, another wacko. And look at this other crazy. I'll tell you another. How about this Jody, what's her face, out in Arizona? There's another psycho bitch. They hung her by the balls too. Jody, what was her name? Joey Arias? Yeah, the system worked with her though. Yeah, Jody Arias, yeah. Another con artist. Hey, Griffin, how you doing? Yeah, yeah, took photos of the crime. And then, didn't she leave the camera on the washing machine or something? What a dumb bitch. Taking photos, that shows you how whacked out she was. Arias, yeah. Yeah, they gave her 1,000,000 years in prison. But you got to admit, I mean, I thought she was fairly attractive. I'm not a big fan of fake tits, so that kind of killed it with me. But if you didn't know, in hindsight, if you just met Jodi Arias and she was friendly and you didn't know she hated fake boobs, I mean, she was a pretty charming person. I mean, you can understand how she pulled the wool over people's eyes. But it just goes to show you that poor bastard. I bet she was a piece of ass and a half. But you see, it really cost him his life. I think the good days, they probably weren't any better than that. I bet she was one hell of a fun time. The only problem is she slices your neck, almost cuts your head off. Good night, Mary. I mean, he paid the piper for it. But if you were a guy and you just met her and you think, wow, she's really pretty, she's nice. You don't think she's gonna cut your head off in the shower. She's like some of these YouTube women I deal with. I'm not kidding you. And when somebody like Jodi Arias goes to the police, they say this Tom Reed guy's got a YouTube channel. I mean, you can see how they can bamboozle them into believing some bullshit. Yeah, she was cute, really pretty. Yeah. There could be. I mean, no, I would say no. I think we would know about it. No, I don't think so. They caught the one guy on the east side. Yeah, total that. Yeah. But I mean, you just never know. People present themselves one day and then you piss them off and it costs you your life. I mean, she's buying gas cans and all sorts of crazy shit. But it's the emotional part. She gets pissed. She's crazy. She's vindictive, and she wants to take this guy out. And under those circumstances, you get careless. You do stupid shit. And she was a slam dunk. And I think that prosecutor, that Spanish guy, did an excellent job. He's got a couple YouTube videos up. Yeah. It helps. It definitely helps, Imka. It definitely helps. Yep. Yeah, I thought he did a great job. Yeah. No, yeah, it can happen. This is all easily documented on looks and what they can do for you. How they can help you or hurt you. It matters. I mean, and anybody that doesn't acknowledge this is like needs a brain scan. Yeah. Hey Sue, how you doing? Yeah, it really matters. Yeah, I'm guilty of it too. I talked about that about 3 weeks ago in a chat. Yeah. I think if you took the exact same circumstances, and I'll be honest with you, if you took like Jodi Arias, and I'm talking about the exact same circumstances, everything the same, and you took Bobbles, I would be 25% madder at Bobbles. It could be 25% more gung-ho on convicting her. Why, I don't know. But I thought about this because evidently something came up about her weight. she thought I was attractive or something. And I just laid it on the line. Like I said before, flirting with me or making comments like that's going to get you nowhere. It'd have got you everywhere when I was 25, but nah, it ain't happening. But there's just, it's true. You're biased even though you don't like to admit it. It sucks. And that's the best way I can quantify it, but I really think that I would be 25% more likely to be mad at Bobbles compared to Jodi Arias. And that's not good. And I would love to know the origin of my thinking. But when she made a comment, it did really get me thinking, and I tried to quantify the difference. And I couldn't do it. Now, if you said, well, is it because Bobbles is heavy? I'd say no. I know a lot of heavy people. Do you think it's because Bobbles cakes on makeup? No. So why would you be 25% more likely to have that kind of disdain for Bobbles than you would for Joe? I really couldn't answer it honestly. If I was just throwing something out there and had a couple beers in me, I'd probably say because I'd like to screw Jodi Arias and I would never think of screwing Bobbles. I mean, that's the best I can come up with. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why I like corn and I don't like green beans. What the fuck? You know, I don't spend a lot of time researching things that I don't like. I don't care. I'm giving you an honest opinion. That's my honest opinion. If you said, I mean, would you think I'm crazy if you said, would you rather see Jodi Arias in a bikini or Bobbles? I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer. I mean, is there anybody out there that'd rather see Bobbles in a bikini? Now, does that mean I'm fat shaming? I don't think it does. I just don't want to see her in a bikini. I hope I never do. I would have liked to have seen Jodi Arias in a bikini before I knew she cut her boyfriend's head off. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just, I think a lot of it has to do with the way that she and some of these other people talk about people. It's just not cool. You know, if you want to piss me off or get on my shit list, start talking about Maddie's looks. I mean, it's just a sign of a super low IQ. Start talking about Sharon's look. I don't talk to Sharon anymore, but I don't want you talking bad about her. I don't care what your opinion is on how she looks. I don't want people talking bad about Sherry that has marks on their face. And it just really gets to me, pisses me off. The laugh, I don't know if it's the laugh. I just, you know, it'd be like paying a 90-year-old lady for a lap dance. I don't want to do it. I mean, do I need to write a goddamn thesis over this? No, I mean, this is just, why is everybody acting like this is some big mystery? You know, when I turn on the news station, okay, there's a certain type person that they hire. Does that mean you should fuck over everybody that's overweight? No, I don't think that either. Yeah, she's a problem too. Yeah. Karma's already worked its web around her life, though. Her life sucks. Even her own family doesn't talk about her. But, you know, this is just all basic human behavior, and it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Yeah, I don't think that's cool. I'm talking about people's looks, particularly somebody that's under the throes of addiction. You know what I mean? Or like with Sherry, what's wrong with her face? I mean, it just speaks volumes to me. Nothing is wrong with her face, you idiot. Scott Peterson, yeah. You know, that fucker's lucky he didn't, you know, we're lucky he didn't skate out of that shit. You know, but you know, one funny thing about these guys, you take a guy, he's a nice looking guy, Scott Peterson. But and look at, you know, and a guy with money, Tiger Woods. But you look at some of these bimbos these guys are banging on the side. Even an old pervert like me wouldn't be interested in them. I mean, I guess, beauty's in the behind of the eyes of the beholder. But, a guy told me one time, he gave me a lot of wisdom when I was younger, is that if you ever look at guys' mistresses, girls who are banging on the side, they're usually never as attractive as the wife. And my theory on that is because it was just so easy. And you could get away with murder with them, or your wife would tell you, better knock that the fuck off. Yeah, Sherry's a sweetheart person. She's a good person. I don't want anybody that I'm associated with, that I interview, I don't want you talking about their looks. I don't want to be telling any guy where they're at. None of that shit. I don't think I'm better than anybody else for doing it, but I'm just telling you that I don't. I don't do that. I've found there's been times before when I've got to know these people a little bit, and a guy will come up, they know they're a working girl, saying, why don't you get the fuck out of here, man? I'm in the midst of a conversation. It's so crazy that I would have that reaction, but I've kind of got to know them. I see them outside of their chosen line of work. I understand their addiction. And I just, it doesn't take much for me to say something like that. But you could say it's none of my business. It's weird. Psychological tactic. Well, look how they take these people and they dress them up when they go to court. They get haircuts and suits and shaved. I think they give them a goddamn benzodiazepine too. Say, look, you crazy motherfucker. We got you a new suit. We gave you the first shower you've had in a year. Got you a haircut. Shined your shoes. Now you take these 2 Klonopins and shut the fuck up. And don't be giving death stares to the person you're on trial for, that your family of the girl that you murdered. They use every damn trick in the book. No, they're not. Yeah, no, they're not. Scott Peterson was a nice looking guy, but really, really, real dummy. If you listen to some of those tape recording interrogations, interviews, not a very bright guy, which is maybe why he dated bimbos. And look at some of these floozies that Tiger Woods. I don't know her, but just from what I've gleaned, from what I've read, Tiger Woods' wife seemed like a nice lady, pretty, and I'd listened to her interviewed, and from all accounts, she seemed to be a good mother. And here he's fucking around with these goddamn stupid bimbo titty dancers. One of your moms? Yeah, well, shit. No, I've had some problems with moms. You know that. They're very vulnerable. I just don't think that's cool what they look, talking about their complexion and fuck them, man. I'm not doing it. I haven't followed that Chris Watts things at all. I really haven't. I'm getting so burned out on all this bad shit that's going on all the time. Even if you go on like legitimate news, like YouTuber got murdered, 22-year-old singer, another 25-year-old jumped off the goddamn Tallahatchie Bridge. It's all bad stuff. Why don't you show me a goddamn story where somebody helped a duck across the street or something? So burned out on like bullshit. I really am. Yeah, it's too bad, man. Killing your damn kids and wife for some stupid bimbo. Thank God that these people are so stupid, though, because if they were really smart and planned it out, you'd probably never catch them. They're emotional, they're dumb, and they're desperate, and that leads to their demise. Such a crazy world. Yeah, addicts are vulnerable. And when you're down there and you're a working girl, it's not just like, they got a lot of, their customer base are super undesirable weirdos because they know that even if they beat them up or something, that the cops aren't coming. It's not cool. Look at the cat out there. See him walking by? This damn chat stuff again. It is depressing. It sure is. Well, I mean, you don't need to. People say I bring awareness to them. How could I bring awareness to anybody that has a television set? I mean, who in the hell doesn't know that there are drug addicted working girls in cities? I mean, is this news to anyone? Coco went to rehab, doing well, living with her mother. Actually, I wish that somebody would get a hold of me that knows Coco's contact information, because I have a diary of hers that I want to give back to her. I thought it'd be really cool. Coco told me she wrote this diary about thinking about her son. And I said, well, could I just pay you and I could like transcribe it and upload it and just your thoughts? She said, sure. Now, mind you, this is a drug addicted girl. So I gave her 30 or 50 bucks or something. I remember it was a lot more than I give her for an interview. And I said, I'll return it to you. I got the damn diary. I actually cried reading that goddamn thing. I read about 3 pages and I thought, there's no way in hell that I'm going to transcribe this for people to read. So I just didn't. And I still have that, and I'm sure she wants it back. I never showed it to anybody. But god damn, you talk about sad. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, that might warm my heart too. Oh, people are evil. Yeah, they really are. So Coco's actually a bright girl. Uh, I wish her the best. I think she was living with her mother. That was always kind of a on again, off again deal. I mean, I hope what I heard was true. Where I got this information is the guy that was the father of her son, who's really a bright guy that's moved on in another relationship. And because of this child that was given up and is in foster care, he would call me from time to time and let me know how things were going. Cherry Festival, I was never big on that. Those aren't even cherries from Traverse City. Do you know that? It's too much traffic. Those cherries are imported from Washington. Are you aware of that? Because July is too early for the cherry harvest, at least the kind that you would eat. I do get up there from time to time, but not for the Cherry Festival. All right, Shan, you couldn't sleep? Yeah, but let me tell you, that Coco diary break your damn heart. And Coco was actually wrote very well. She really did. I really like Coco. No, I've been staying up all night. I've been on this kick for about a week. And actually, I know it's crazy. Of course, I'm crazy. It's worked for me. I go to bed about 6, and I only sleep till 11:30, and I feel better than I did when I slept 8 hours. I go get my big coffee in the morning, take Daisy for a swim, delete a bunch of YouTube hate emails, comments. You wouldn't believe that. You guys don't see it on your end, of course. You wouldn't believe all the hate emails I get, negative comments, making bad comments. That's right up there with doing the videos, just getting rid of these losers. Yes, sleeping is very complex. Shannon, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Because sleep, it's not uncommon for people to have sleep problems as they age. No, I don't need it. No, I don't need it anymore. I mean, I don't get shit done whether I sleep 8 hours or whether I sleep 4. It's probably depression related. I would agree with that. I'm definitely, I mean, I hope they keep making progress. I'd definitely like to find out what's going on in my brain. I'd be afraid to get one of those complex MRIs. They probably look at that goddamn thing and think it was an ape that got hit by a car. It's like, oh no, this is Tom Reed. He's on YouTube. It's like, no, this brain is not right. We've never seen this before. Looks like it's from a gorilla. Yeah, I'm not getting 8 hours. No way. My hormones are fine. I just had a physical. I'm thinking about being a sperm donor. Yeah, I haven't exercised in a while. I keep thinking I'm going to get back into it. Yeah, Shannon, what state do you live in? Oh, 38, that's nothing. You should be sleeping like a baby. You think Bobbles is pretty? Have you been drinking? You just fucking with me? Trying to aggravate me? Is this a hijacked account? That chamomile doesn't do shit. Neither does melatonin or turkey or a glass of milk. That's for some fucker that's psychosomatic. If you got legit like sleep problems, that bullshit isn't going to help. Yeah, you got to be out of your mind. Yeah, Shannon, well, I mean, try some, what state do you live in, Shannon? I think she's pretty. Are you crazy? I mean, what do you think of Miss America pageant? What do you think of them? Like, they're like, I mean, how would you describe them? I want to just make sure you're not having a breakdown here. Yeah, I think that. I mean, I'm good for you if the herbal drinks work, but I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, that's such a joke. You know, that has really made boxing. It's made a mockery out of the legitimate world-class sport. Floyd Mayweather could kill him. He would literally kill him if he wanted to, even with boxing gloves. Logan Paul is a joke. Yeah, Coco's smart. Yeah. He's you're over there. Yeah, God. You get that free medicine. I'll tell you this, Shannon. Get the genetic testing. Get the genetic testing. They will tell you what medication you respond to. Just get your doctor to order it. It's not that expensive anymore. It used to be. It's not anymore. Yeah. No, Mayweather could kill him if he wanted to. This is such a joke. This is like putting like the world's strongest man in a sandbox with a 2-year-old. That MMPI, I mean, that's not going to help a chemical imbalance. That's what they use to not hire you if they think you're chronically depressed. Do you like your mother or your dad more? You know, bless it. They want to. They don't want a union starter, hostile person. Chronically depressed people don't make the best employees, and that's what the MMPI is designed for. It's not going to help tell you what's wrong with you. It's going to help tell a company this motherfucker is nothing but trouble. Yeah, it's such a clown fest. Yeah, Shannon, get the genetic testing. Over here, you can get it for $200 now. It'll tell you what medication you respond to. It'll save you from a lot of time, titration, blah, blah, blah. The bashing. Not only that, if you hate the bashing, then you've obviously watched Bobbles. Have you listened to a word she said? Have you heard how she talks about Maddie and Sharon? I mean, if that isn't enough to like color your opinion of this lady, what is? Tyron Woodley would kill him. He would make him a quadriplegic. I mean, how can you hate the bashing and know anything about this lady? That's all she does is bash people. She titles her videos "Drama This, Drama That." Are you kidding me? That's what their channels are based on, bashing. Yeah, Askren. Yeah, I'll tell you what that is. That's a legitimate world-class wrestler. But his whole lifetime of competing, he never learned any defense from punches. That's the problem. Yeah, he never had any training of defending punches. Now, if Ben Askren had got him on the ground, he'd have broke his damn neck. That's what I agree with. These are adults that bash people. Even this Angie, chatting with Angie or whatever her name is, the way she talks about Maddie and Sharon, it's just this lady's got a major screw loose. I mean, she should be the last person talking about somebody's looks. I don't think it makes you sweat, Shannon. Yeah, Askren, he just, he's a wrestler, man. And wrestlers, can't defend punches. That's the thing you'll notice if you ever spar like someone that really can fight, professional fighter. You're not going to be able to hit him, and he's going to be able to hit you whenever he wants. He's going to set you up. Floyd Mayweather, to me, is the best boxer that ever lived. Now, he's a smart guy. He's a genius as a boxer. Go back and look at the YouTube video when Floyd Mayweather fought Diego Corrales. I mean, Diego Corrales was knocking out everybody, and Floyd Mayweather, look at Canelo. He made him look like a child. He's undefeated, and he's 40 years old. He could be a knockout puncher if he wanted. Look when he fought Diego Corrales or Angel Manfredi. He just slaughtered these guys and made it look easy. No, Mayweather, impossible. The whole family was like that. Possible to hit. It's always a glancing blow. He's quicker than a rattlesnake. He's in a freak. Watch YouTube videos or read about him. Everybody that knows him says that no one is in better shape than he is. I mean, he's got a big mouth and, he talks a lot of shit, but he's a freak athlete that has set a new level for conditioning. He could have killed Conor McGregor if he felt like it. Best defensive boxer ever, absolutely. You cannot, his defense is unbelievable. And he's a power puncher when he wants to be, but he's smart. He doesn't burn himself out. Watch the Diego Corrales fight with Mayweather. Bobbles was actually good when she was here. She was actually a moderator for a while. But then, once she started her old channel, you saw the real Bobbles come out. And I kind of suspected that. So I'm glad to have nothing to do with her. I mean, when you have a channel and your channel's based on content of other channels, you got a major screw loose. Oh, he could have killed Conor. That was a joke. Conor was gassed by the second round. Conor's got some skills, don't get me wrong, but he is nowhere near even the lowest level of a professional boxer. He just played around with him. Yeah, that uppercut, but it didn't hurt him at all. Conor's a pussy. As it's turned out and the game's evolved, Conor is a great fighter, but he's not at the top of the game. There's 5 guys out there that'll beat him senseless now. Floyd Mayweather, if he fought Conor McGregor like a regular boxer, he would have put him in a coma. No, I don't. This Ngannou's a freak. Just powerful. Stipes, I think Stipe was scared to death of him. Now this Stipes defense isn't that great. I mean, he lost to a guy half his size, Daniel Cormier. He's not a top tier fighter. This goddamn Russian guy, the one that just beat the hell out of Reyes, that is one freak badass guy. I bet you John Jones is getting old, and he kind of struggled with Reyes. But I'll bet you money he'll avoid this Russian guy like the plague. This son of a bitch is just a freak. Yeah, Connor, he had no business in there with him. Adrian Berto talks about fighting Floyd Mayweather. That's another great YouTube video. Watch Berto's critique on Mayweather. He sums it up perfectly. Yeah, that's exactly it. Well, we got to know the real her, Simca. We got to see what she was really like. And it wasn't good. She's nuts. Yeah, if it was an MMA, but these MMA guys, I mean, striking is different than boxing. Well, boxing is real. It's a world-class sport. Why do you think Floyd Mayweather gets $35 million a fight and Conor McGregor got $2 million? I mean, John Jones is begging for $10 million. It's not a legitimate world-class sport, which is why the pay is so low. The one that just beat Dominic Reyes' ass. Guy that just knocked out Dominic Reyes, broke his nose, and cracked his jaw, and broke 2 ribs. He's undefeated. Zika or something like that. I never knew of him until that fight. That guy is a badass. Now they got all sorts of videos. I don't think anybody can beat him. I've never seen a display of a guy that can take a punch and just come at you like a buzzsaw. I mean, that son of a bitch, it's like fighting a wild animal. It's not the same. What's not true? Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are terrible. I think they're both of them are absolutely terrible. They're the worst examples ever of professional boxing. They telegraph their punches. They're slow. Hell, Deontay Wilder couldn't even lock out that big guy that goes around, that little guy that goes around talking shit, sucker punching people in gyms. I think both those guys are absolutely terrible. I wouldn't pay $10 to watch either one of them fight. He probably would. Yeah, he probably would. Yeah. But doesn't it seem odd to you, Ben, why Floyd Mayweather gets $35 million for a fight and the champion of the MMA gets $2 million? Does that ring any bells? I mean, are you that fucking stupid? It's not a world-class sport. It's not. It's not the most dynamic sport in the world. Why do you think that guys don't get paid and they're all filing lawsuits like Randy Couture? No, their numbers are down. They're not up. Charlie Zelenoff, yeah. Deontay Wilder couldn't take him out. No way. You don't know anything about boxing. I think you're probably a Powder Puff fan. No, you don't know what you're talking about. You need to get your blow-up doll out and go give it a good drilling. It's gravy money. It's no competition. It's like a bodybuilder fighting a kid in diapers. Go get your blow-up doll out underneath the bed and give it a good drilling. See if you can put it in a full Nelson. Yeah, their numbers are down. It was worth more before it was sold. They don't pay anybody. I love Mike Tyson too. Mike Tyson he could have fought Wilder with one arm tied behind his back. Wilder's a total bum. No, you don't know anything about fighting, Ben. You know that. Would you let her in badminton in high school? It would kill him. Yeah, I like Mike Tyson. Great. All the old boxers were like great fighters. Sugar Ray Leonard was great. Tommy Hearns was great. Marvin Hagler. I mean, legit world-class boxing. Look at the purses for the fights back then. Look, even the pay-per-views for UFC, they don't do shit compared to football, baseball, or anything. Look, it's been out long enough. It doesn't pay anything. Well, you're still in high school, aren't you, Ben? Good night, Simka. Have a good night. Have fun on your vacation. Oh, yeah, it does. Yes, it does. Big time. Their numbers are down. I bet you really get into the UFC girls fighting. That's so fun to watch, isn't it? Oh, so boring. It's ridiculous. Jeff, you watch much of that stuff? You're probably a Ronda Rousey fan, huh? You saw what happened to her when she got in with a legitimate fighter? Oh, yeah, right. Now I know you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, right. I mean, boxing's starting to make a comeback again. But the purses have always been way higher, and there's a reason for that. Most of these UFC guys work second jobs. Yeah. No, you don't know what you're talking about, Ben. You need to get that blow up doll out. She probably is making more money. Yeah. I don't know is there any talk about what they're paying her? Do you know what she's making over there? I think it's that Arabic guy. The Arabic guy is the most paid DJ. Yeah, those are all washed up fighters. Chris Leben. Shannon, I hope you get to sleep tonight. Oh, that's not true, Ben. That's not true. No, that's not right. Hey, Ben, you're about ready to have some technical difficulties. Try and hit your refresh button. Can you try and hit your refresh button, Ben? See if that helps. I can't hear you. can't hear you, Ben. Hit your refresh button. Well, I think I'm going to go out and check out my bullfrog recording. See if my time lapse. Hopefully it didn't get cloudy. It's one thing when you're doing the night time lapse trying to get these stars. It gets cloudy, but what are you going to do? Normally I don't stay up this late to keep a check on it, you know. Well, I hope you guys have a good day today. Good day tomorrow. It's going to be another ball buster here, 91 again. I wouldn't say it works that way. I don't think it works that way. There are dangerous areas. You can look it up by zip code. It's all chronicled on websites. You know, they do the statistical analysis of the type crimes and the frequencies and that kind of thing. Look it up by zip code. The Detroit Police Department has a website for that. Yeah. You have a good day tomorrow, Jeff. Get that GoPro out there. Go crazy. You gonna get the 10 when it comes out? Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I don't know why. Good night, Jennifer. Good night, Frisky. Have a good night. Yep. Don't party too hard. Is it hot out there? What's your temperature at now, Frisky? Good night, Linda. Yeah, you know, it's good. You can get it on Amazon. It's cheaper than anywhere. $980. You know, I'll tell you, I was just a little disappointed. Not a lot. They got rid of all those extra filter features, like the cyanotype, black and white, enhanced. Those are gone. They got rid of the digital zoom, which isn't that great anyway. But the low light capabilities are better. I thought they were pretty good on the 30. The only thing I'll tell you, I never realized this before, but they've got a 20 optical zoom, but you can barely hand hold the damn thing at 50, 15 and above. So now I know why. You look at zooms and you think, well, why don't they make those stronger? Well, I know why now. Because past 15, I mean, if you're not able to brace it, it's too shaky, even with the stabilized enabled. Oh, 78? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Too shaky. I was all really, you know, thinking, now if you're in a car and you could balance it, who the hell wants to drag around a tripod? But I was surprised when I get out around 15, it's like impossible to hand hold. You know, it's a very short moment. You know, the camera is small, but it fits in your hand good, but it's hard to do. You could really notice it. I was trying to get that damn crop duster. Yeah, and I just ended up backing off because, you know, I was all over the place at 20. Oh, okay, Frisky. Well, have a good day tomorrow either way. It's a great camera, and but I was really surprised at the things that they dropped. But you can't beat, for what that camera does, mine was $980. That's why that was a good deal. That's cheaper than anywhere. You can see them on eBay, but you look at the feedback of some of those sellers. I don't know. I'm not happening, man. I think they take. You know what I found out? You'll see a lot of these open box. You know what those are? Those are from companies that have 60-day return policies. So some guy takes it on vacation for a month, uses the shit out of it, and then sends it back. That's what the open box. You're thinking, how do you have all these cameras in an open box? You're working in a camera store. It's like, what are you opening that for? It's not that at all. It's their return policies. Yep, that's what it is. No, you can't, and that's why that's just one more giant thumbs up for the GoPro. But you would really like this HFG50. You really would. Good night, Superwoman. I think you'd really like it. That's a hell of a lot of camera for the money. I was all prepared to get a really top-notch camera. I've spent the last 6 months looking at them. And to tell you the truth, I couldn't find one I liked. Nobody made a new camera last year. And now that, with the internet and there's so many ways to check feedback, it isn't like the more expensive the camera, the less problems it has. It's almost the opposite. But if you look at the G50 compared to the G40 and the G60, it's got the best ratings of any of them. And even on the G60, they dropped a lot of those features, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. No, isn't that sound unbelievable on the GoPro? Yeah. It's funny you should say that because, I've got a Rode mic on my Canon. And when I was close to that crop duster on the ground today, it canceled it out. And I don't know if it was the microphone doing that or the camcorder doing it. But there was a section of video that I didn't even upload because you're going to see this kick-ass turboprop and there's no sound. What was I going to do? Put piano music? But there was a limiter that I've never experienced before on the other cameras. So I'm assuming it could have been the Canon that did that, but it cut the sound down to nothing. No, yeah, those are all gone. They're all gone on the 40. I don't know about the 40, but on the 50 and the 60, they don't have those features anymore. Yeah, I really liked them. It was cool. All gone. Yeah, I had fun. Cyanotype, enhanced. There was a bunch of them. Black and white, cinema. Yeah, it was fun. Oh, yeah, I'm going to interview him. Yeah, better believe I am. Yeah. I'm going to do it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I just, I'm not chasing money and stuff, views. So when I feel like it, I'll do it. But I'm not going to do it just because a lot of people watch them. All right, you guys have a good night. Thanks, Virginia. Take it easy. See you later, Connor. Good night, Jennifer. See all you stalkers out there that can't make a comment. You have a good night too. You just sit there and watch, but you can't comment. That's good. That's the way I like it. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna check my GoPro and my Sony camera. Order some of those waterproof bags too, Virginia. I can give you a link to the ones I got if you want. You really like them.